British author and motivational speaker Simon Sinek. They are discussing about the issue of young people, this generation, the millennial generation, when it comes to work and generally how we are. And that video went viral on YouTube, rather, 8.2 million views. And it's going to be the basis of our conversation this evening, which is wealth creation. In 2018, what have you decided to do at home if you are watching in order to make sure that your next financial goal, you are meeting it? It could be saving, it could be buying that land parcel, even though it's just an eighth that you've been eyeing. We want to hear all about it. Allow me to introduce our panel this evening. Seated closer to me is Ada Abdulaziz. He is a young businessman. And next to Ada Abdulaziz is Jonathan Muthoka, who is the head of SME Telecom. Thank you guys so much for coming. Aseli.
Nakwambia ku extremely lady in pink. Unajua colorblind ni nini? She was the winner of BYOB 2017 and also named as one of the ladies in top 40 under 40. Karibu sana Valentine Nekesa. And then we also have Jeff Mwea. Karibu sana. He's also he's an entrepreneurship expert and also the CEO of Market Analytics and Research. Karibuni sana.
Thank you.
Hii conversation inafaa iweze sana because you're talking about wealth and wealth creation in 2018. So I'm super excited. Are we going to make money?
You have to.
Or wealth?
We have to.
I like Jeff. We have to. There's no option.
No choice. No choice.
Do you agree with that? With what Simon was saying, that the fact that the younger generation is lazy, it's entitled. We were getting rewards in school for just participating, and the thing is, it reflects now on young people in the workforce. And really, Jeff, I'm going to start with you because you're an entrepreneurship expert. What are your feelings towards that when we say young people are lazy and entitled? But then again, the system is working against young people.
You see, one of the things, and thank you very much, thank you for having me, really appreciate. One of the things that happens is that when we go to school, we are told after we are done with school, you get your degree. Then after you get your degree, your diploma, you go out to get a job and get a lot of money. And so we were not told that you will not get a lot of money at the beginning. We were not told that it will take a bit of time before you get that nice job. I was not told that before you make to the big corner office, many digits in the end of your paycheck, is that it will take a bit of time. Right. So this guy comes out of campus, he wants the mullah right now. Kama si sasa, ni sasa hivi.
I quit.
You know, so if he doesn't get that, he bounces.
Jonathan, you're head of SME Telecom.
Yes.
Do you feel the same way with that?
Not really. I think people are entitled to different perceptions. And we occasionally people form different perceptions about the youth. And I would say that the youth are very potential. And I look at it critically from where I sit. I interact with so many youth. Some will come with that kind of notion of saying, oh, wow, I want to reach where Jonathan is within short time. But it's a question of how does one actually look at himself as a person and what opportunities do they see. Because at the end of the day, they have the capacity, they have the potential, they have the energy. But what matters is what kind of facilitation as society do we give to the youth to help them reach where they are.
Mimi niko karibu na Valentine. You have your own company.
Yes.
What sparked the idea? Kwa sababu most young people pale nje na ulijuaje kama it's a brilliant idea? First of all, ulikuwa kwa hii competition ya BYOB, be your own boss.
Yes.
And you emerged tops. You won in 2017.
Yes.
How did you know that you had a brilliant idea? And what were some of the things you did to make sure that hii idea hit a backfire?
I can say for me, I've always been a person of this theme the society owes us. As young people, that's what we talk about every single time. The society needs to give me this. The society needs to provide me with this. The government needs to give me funding to do something. But I've been thinking, when will it come a time that we decide we need to start doing so that the government can actually see you are doing something and help you, boost you to get to where you're supposed to go? That is just our mindset. Being in that space, I've always been the person I want to push myself into that position where I'm recognized. I can get to say, I used to tell myself, Bob Collymore has a phone. What does he do with his phone? He makes calls and everything and everything.
Selfies. Bob Collymore will be like.
But he makes calls. The point is, they have phones. These people we are looking for, we're always approaching. Oh, give me a job, texting them. Oh, can I get an opportunity in your company? They have phones, and there are people, they call with their phones. Can you come to my company? Can you do this for us? They do those for, they make such calls.
Wacha niulize Adam swali. Adam, wewe unaonaje? Kwanza wewe ni msee wa mtaa yetu by the way. Na unakuanga ukifanyanga businesses different kila time, unaget? Na is it true that lazima ukuwe na msee kizangi la pale juu, yani kuna mzae fulani mwenye unategemea ndio business yako iweze?
Hapana, hiyo sikubaliana nayo. Pale ni kujitambua pia, unajua hivyo. Ukiona wakubwa wako hakuna kitu wamefanya. Pale unaangalia hivi unasema, pia mimi nataka ni waniangalie pia hao. Sio unaangalia.
So nini imefanya biashara yako ikaweza, nini imekufanya ukakuwa constant na biashara yako?
Ni confidence na bidii pia. Unajua. Ukiwa na confidence unaweza fanya, utafanya. Lakini ukiwa na ile unaangalia, huyu hawezi fanya. Utaamini tu hivyo.
Jeff, I love what Valentine said. The whole attitude of serikali nisaidie. It is something we need to get rid of in our society, would you say, especially if you're going to choose to go down the entrepreneurship road?
True. That is very true. If you look at government has done a good number of opportunities that people can harness.
Right.
But you see, if government opens up a tender today and you don't choose to apply for the tender, then too bad. Hey, the ones who apply will get it. If government has given a youth fund and you did not set up a group, or you know, so you have to be proactive also. Government has done its bit, but it's also up to you as a young person to go out with your hustle, to believe in yourself, to offer the solution, as he has said, rightly, you know. Even that big guy doesn't want to just be looked at, he wants to look at you, you know. Anatapia kukucheki and see, can you be able to offer a solution?
Right. Listen to this statistic. Richest 10%, the richest 10% of people in Kenya earn an average of 23 times more than the poorest 10%. Jonathan, what are we doing wrong when it comes to wealth creation?
Where we are going wrong when it comes to job creation is that mostly we are not actually tapping the potential and the kind of opportunities which you have. As a country, we find that what needs to go to the majority, it's being actually owned or taken over by a few individuals. It's like we are creating the situation of animal farm, where some animals are more equal than others. Take, for example, a scenario whereby I'm sitting at a place where I can be able to give him a tender. But other than giving him a tender to help him succeed, I'm telling him, bring me 2 million before you get me that tender. What am I saying? I'm destroying actually his future. I'm destroying his company, because to raise that 2 million, I'll never get it. He'll never get it. Where does it go? You either go to someone like Zizi Kimbiku, who is having a job and she's able to raise that kind of money. So we are creating a kind of sentiment of some people who will always dominate the others, as opposed to opening up the opportunities. If we fold the laid down structures amicably to the dead end, we can help people come up.
Ada, do you feel like the young people, Kwamta, feel as if we're waiting on the government? We're waiting on the government to come create jobs. We're waiting on the government to pay kazi. What do you feel like? What are your thoughts towards that notion?
My youth mtaani, kazi yao tu ni ile design. Unategemea mkubwa wako. Once umeona mkubwa wako amesucceed, unataka kufanya kitu amefanya. Na hiyo itakupeleka mahali.
Wow.
Unaangalia mtu anangoja CDF alipia school fees ni. Na wewe ndo first born. Unangoja mtoto wenu alipiwa na CDF na wewe ni first born. Sasa unangoja yule mdogo wako pia atasema kama mkubwa wangu hawezi nilipia school fees, mbona mimi nilipie mwingine? Unangojea una depend kwa government sana. Unafona rise najifikiria pia wewe. Wewe mdogo wako ukiona unamlipia pia atalipia mdogo wake, unaona?
Yeah. Right.
Actually, if I may add something on what you're saying.
Sure.
You know, it is not until you get out of your comfort zone that you know what's happening outside there. Even the so-called jobs in the offices, when they come there, that company wants them to deliver. So the moment you don't deliver, you are out in the call again. So it's the question of looking at yourself and how potential you can be able to deliver in any area where you are. And that's why you find now, the youth must come out of their comfort zone to venture into new areas.
All right, so it's coming out of your comfort zone. What did you have to say this week on your say in terms of wealth creation in this new year? Take a look.
I think the old people have more wealth than the young people, because if you look at most of the CEOs in Kenya, Kirubi, Kinabob Kolimo, those people have a lot of income.
Currently, young people have really ventured into businesses or have come up with business ideas and innovations that have actually earned them so much money. We've even seen some who are not even that much learned, and they're still making a good deal out of it. So I think the young, because they're even more energetic than the old.
Old people are more wealthy because they believe in long-term investment, which they do practically invest in there. As opposed to the young people, they believe in fads. Those are investments that, yes, they bring in profits, but in a short while.
Mostly the older people are rich compared to the youth, especially in Kenya. And even the few youth who we see who are rich, mostly I think they want us to believe they are rich rather than being rich. But when we go to Western countries, I think it's kind of distributed in terms of we have older rich people and we have also younger rich people.
The people in the younger generation do not believe in the art of hard work and the process. They do not believe in having patience to wait till you make it in life and be rich. I believe the older generation believed in the process of working and gaining wealth within a period of time, and this is something that we need as the younger generation. We need to also embrace and also appreciate so that we can grow and become wealthier.
And that's your say. Umeona vile wase wamekuwa kibonga mtaani, tunaleta sitting room yako hapa hivi. Lakini swali moja simple ningependa kuuliza panel yetu yenye iko ndani ya studio sahi. What is wealth? What is your definition of wealth? Unajua mayutu wamekaa huko hivyo nje, hawataki kusikia ati this is what we are doing wrong. Wanataka kujua hii mwaka tunakafunga doa aje. Unajua tunamikaje hii doa, and what's your definition of wealth?
The three common definitions of wealth: land, capital, and there's this other thing that we keep forgetting: entrepreneurship, time, information. That's what wealth is. Accumulation of resources. These are resources. You have time, that's a resource. You have information, that's a resource. How you make good use of this is what brings you the main thing that we always think is wealth: capital. Always having that returns, having that money back. But then it goes back to your mindset as well. And my mindset is built by the people around me. I'm trying to take us a little bit back. We keep saying the youths are irrational. The youths don't think things through. The youths don't want to develop themselves. The youths don't want to make anything about themselves. But what you speak unto me is what I become. It even goes back to the Bible. When Adam said, this is woman, that's what she became. When you say this is Eve, that's what she became.
Mimi nataka kujua, how true is that statement?
It is actually very true. If you look at it, how I look at the young people, for example, is the young people have the biggest talent. The young people have the biggest creativity. Many of us, and when we are thinking about wealth creation, it sounds like a big concept, you know. But the truth is, it's just having an ability to make your hustle make sense for you. You know, unaweza ita whatever you want to make it, but
make sense ama sense.
Make sense in shillings and in cents.
Paradoxical.
You know, so it's you have that movie shop of yours, unafungua on time. Una make sure you are there at 8 because there's a guy who wants to watch a movie mapema. So you open.
Lazima urauke.
It's lazima urauke. Usiporauka huyo mtu atakam kuget movie, ataona hauko, then what will he do? He'll make that shillings and cents itaenda kwa the other shop, the guy who has woken up. You know, it's the ability to stay late because there are guys who are working. Like you guys, you are working, you are at work. Maybe you want to watch a movie, you want to watch it, so you want to see the guy who will be there. It is the ability to, you know, ikisha come, not putting it all, you know, it's a Friday, you go drink it all, because tomorrow you have to open, you have rent to pay, you have guys who you need to pay. It is the ability to keep doing, keeping at it,
Now,
and bringing the money back into the business, not eating it.
And I like how you gave the perfect example, Jeff, of how even though you have a movie store, wake up in the morning. We have 15 million people who are working in Juakali sector. Jonathan, people tend to think wealth creation is a corporate thing. I can only have a corner office, work in a certain standard group, you know, but we need to break that ideology of the only way I can create wealth is if I'm in a suit and if I am going to work 9 to 5, which is the biggest lie. Which is the biggest lie. I love what Forbes says. Show me someone who is on the Forbes list who is employed. Jonathan.
I think in a way, what he has said is very correct and very true. First and foremost, if I may go to the definition of what Valentine is saying, that wealth creation has to do with the availability of resources within you.
Wow.
utilizing those resources for the betterment of your own life and your own future, to create your personal comfort. Now, the question of creating wealth, you don't have even to have capital. But the greatest essence of creating wealth is to have an idea. Because you can use the ideas and transform them to look for capital. You can get people to fund you. You can get people to grow you from wherever you are, as long as you have an idea. Everybody who is sane and who is able to function comfortably has an idea. So from that kind of idea which you have, you should be able to grow it to the next level. The only problem is we sit on wealth. Somebody, Miles Monroe, he wrote and said, the richest place where we have the highest level of wealth is at the cemetery.
True. Yeah.
Why? Because many people only utilize 10% of their brain. 90% actually they die with it at the cemetery.
Right.
So in this context, I'm trying to imagine how much potential are the youth sitting on in the name of waiting for manna to come from heaven, or in the name of waiting for their parents or their people to hold their hand and take them to a job.
Ada, I would like to hear your thoughts, because 15 million young people are in the Juakali sector. The Juakali sector has made millions, quite a number of Kenyans millionaires. It's not just, si lazima nivae suti.
Si lazima. Wajua mayouth wengi wameangalia hiyo white collar job. Mimi lazima nifanye kenye mfanya nikuwe na hiyo pesa pia mimi. Hataki kuangalia kazi ya chini. Wanataka kupata ile utoke down uende juu hivyo tu, without passing hiyo process lazima upitie, unaona? Unataka kutoka from down uende tu rise, all of a sudden tu waone huyu jamaa alishatengeneza pesa.
I was surprised. The day before yesterday, I went to City Park. And at City Park, there are these people who actually sell the greens, the vegetables. And I was somehow bewildered to find that the owners of those shops which are selling the greens are people sitting in the offices. And they are using the same youth to sell for them, make millions of shillings, and go back to collect in the evening. Surely, if you are selling goods in a makeshift kind of thing, can you make yours next? You have to wait for someone to come from the office and come and actually
I think that's what brings us to that point, inaitwa tuseme misinformation, kwa sababu alisema information is wealth to her, una get? So kuna mtu, okay, mimi ndakuja kwako, si umetoka kwa ofisi unipatie 500. Niende ninunue mboga nitaziuza nikulete 4,000 jioni ukiwa kwa ofisi, umeona? Huyo mtu wako misinformed. Ajui hiyo process. I understand that this 1 shilling can be able to be converted into 1,000 shillings. Sababu hajui. So what do you think should be done for these young people to be able to understand that, hey, si lazima nifanye msee kazi from 9 to 5 ama nikuwe na kuuziaga vitu ndio pia mimi get do yangu ama ndio mimi nianzishe biashara yangu?
A point on that. What I think can actually be done is, now that the employment opportunities are decreasing since our population average of Kenyans are 19 years of age. We are the youth's majority of Kenyans. What can actually be done, my thought is, we need to introduce programs that lead people into that kind of field.
But how effective? We have programs, but as hizo programs zenye ziko zina reach out to a particular class, if there is something like class, because I don't believe in status quo. I believe tu kuna watu waja understand venye distribution of wealth in exist.
On that note again, do you know what South Africa did some time back when only whites felt, blacks felt only whites are the people who were supposed to work? South Africa did a program with Juakali people in Kenya. They funded Juakali people in Kenya, came and shot videos to show the blacks in South Africa that black people actually work. That's what led those black people into the system, into start believing they can actually start doing businesses. They can actually start working. If we go, it is Kenya being used as an example. And sadly, we are still not at the level in wealth creation where we're supposed to be. We are being used to create wealth in other countries. If we can actually start programs that can actually make Kenyans see. The sad thing is we are being given fundings and everything. It's frustrating us. The government doesn't know that. We are getting frustrated. Yes, we wanted funding, but what we wanted was we wanted to start businesses. But I do not know how to start a business. I've never done a business before. You need to guide me. If you give me money and then I use that money badly, I mishandle the funds, I get frustrated. I start to feel I can never be somebody.
Jeff, easy business zita survive just in case programs zitakuwa introduced to the youth?
I've had the opportunity to work with, I think, quite a good number, maybe even thousands of entrepreneurs. Some of them with very tiny ideas. The first thing I will tell a young guy out there is that one, your dreams are valid. Period. Your dreams are valid.
Lakini ilisema na kina Lupita, hiyo ilikuwa imeanza kuwa ka statement. Unajua ukisikia tibim tona ni tibim the whole time. I don't know what's the essence or what's the spirit behind your dreams are valid. Able to explain it.
What I'm trying to say is very simple. If you think you can be able to change in the beauty space, and you are passionate about beauty, yani your blood beats beauty. Yes, you might not start Ashley's tomorrow. It took Terry Mungai quite a big chunk of time to start it. But unaweza anza hustle kwa salon ya mtu. And you tell her, you know what, can I come in, nianze tu kusuka hivi. Instead of all the time we are WhatsApping, we are sending pictures of funny things. What you do is, tafuta beshte yako, msuke, piga hiyo picha, WhatsApp wase, put it on Facebook. Then a few more people start knowing that this guy is actually good at kushuka. Mse, unachekika venye umenyolewa poa. Hebu kwanza post jo hiyo story.
Uonyesheni please.
Wamecheki.
Unaona mtu wangu ngorobi.
You see, so you say, man, I'm designing celebrities. Then a few more people. Then unaona ulikuwa umepewa maybe just a desk kwa salon. You can now be able to have a few more people. Ukitoka job jioni at 5 instead ya kwenda base ama kubet. Should I say this loudly?
I like what Jeff is saying. But then how, you have an SME.
Yes.
He's given the perfect example. I do my 9 to 5 in this salon. Yes. But then after 5, I have a few clients of my own. Side hustle too. Yes. Jonathan, how do I get my side hustle to the next level in this year? How can Ada take his side hustle to the next level?
First and foremost is to look at the environment, and there are different platforms which one can be able to use. I am with the telecommunication industry. Where we are sitting, we can be able to help people to grow to the next level. Take, for example, how many people have phones in this country? So many people. As we are talking, telecom has introduced WhatsApp free for the youth, as long as you subscribe to the freedom bundles. That means the chances are there and opportunities are there. How many people can be able to WhatsApp in a day? So many people. But you find, as opposed to that, people don't want to know what is happening and the changes taking place around themselves. Despite telecom having done all this, people are still stuck to their own odd methods of survival and
so it depends on your environment.
So I'll say this, information is power. And you can only be able to use information if you are willing to have that change generate within yourself.
Ada, do you agree?
Yeah, you agree.
On the issue.
Najua once nimeona kitu kwa media. Alafu unaona kama mimi sijasomea labda tuseme a certain sijasomea a certain course. Na nimeona kuna beshte yangu amesomea that course.
Right.
Nisikuwe selfish, namwambia yenyewe ingia FB angalia this thing. Once ameona if ata take your opportunity itakuwa sawa. But if ata take
Jeff, we tend to have this thing. Quail was the perfect example.
Yeah.
So Jeff is here, ameuza quail, sisi wote tuingie. Higher, that busts. Aseli is there, he sells charcoals and he's become a millionaire through charcoal. Let me try it. We tend to do one too many things. Yes, the copycat business, instead of saying, you know what, I love fashion. Let me stick to it. Let me persuade it. Let me go for it. And when I make my breakthrough, yes. Where do we have that mentality of, nikiona charcoal business is making Asali a millionaire, niingie. If I see fashion is making Valentine, I like.
What I can, and that's perfect thing of what goes on today. Many of us do what I call Me Too businesses. Kifungua M-Pesa shop hapa, 10 zinakuja kando. Kifungua butchery, same thing. You know, but what happens is that we don't stop to think about what am I good at? What do I love to do? You might open that shop, but will you stay there in the long haul? But if you do what you're passionate about, then you'll be able to go out and get money. One of the things that I always say is that there is money everywhere. And let me say that again. There is money everywhere. The society is a fabric. There is always someone who needs to get his shoes done. There's a person who fixes the shoe. There's a person who sells the shoe. There's space for everyone. Hata kama hiyo kitu yako doesn't look that big, if you start at it and become very good at it and keep at it all the time, you keep at it. Don't start this, then tomorrow you're in the other, then tomorrow you're in the other. You keep at it and you have consistency in that one thing. What will happen is that money will start attracting you in that very thing, regardless of how small it may look.
Jonathan, as you make that comment, also add your final comments as to.
One of the key areas where we go wrong, it starts from our parents. When you are at the back in the school, your parent will want you to become an accountant. Yes, you don't have that calling of mathematics. Your parent will want you to become a lawyer, because they know, to them it's like all lawyers are the ones who are most actually successful people. I've had parents quarreling their children because they want to become musicians. Yet we have musicians who have succeeded very well. So if any parent watching us today can first agree, children are talented differently, and at that level of growth, let children be put in the systems which they can be able to appreciate what they want to do.
Ada, your closing comments?
Pia mimi naweza support pia hiyo makosa inaweza kuwa kwa parents pia. Kwa sababu unaweza pata parents baada ya encourage mtoto wake na mwambia wewe unaweza kuwa musician, but sasa parent haoni hiyo. Anasema I want you to be like Aseli. Unaona? Sasa wewe
lakini si ati mimi ni mbaya.
Nataka kuwa kama ufanye course fulani, but wewe akili yako inaenda kwingine, you are talented in other way. Unaona? Sasa pia parents kuna makosa pia kidogo hapo.
Valentine, your closing comments?
For me, I think it's the society. I really blame the society. If the society can tell me, Valentine, you can be a fashion designer, I will be a fashion designer. If the society can always feed me, you will be the best fashion designer, I won't just be a fashion designer, I'll be the best fashion designer. Like, the society should stop putting bad names on us and start giving us good names, and as well stop giving us money. Give us grants that are resources. If I want to start a fashion house, give me a grant of machinery. If I want to start farming, give me a grant of seeds. Stop giving us money.
Beautiful. Valentine's comment wraps it up for us. Fantastic.
Hivyo ndio tunamaliza conversation yetu hapa hivi. Na nakuambia lazima tufanye kama movie review leo. Watu wengi wanasemanga Wakenya hawajui produce movies, but then hii movie inaenda kuonyesha trailer na kuambia ni Ndimba's design ya noma, because cheki, watu wanapenda vitabu kuziona kwa bookshop, lakini this time round kitabu yako favorite imekuwa converted into a movie. My Life in Crime, chances are kama wewe ni Mkenya umeicheki hata kama uko majuu ama kama uko hapa hivi. Nataka muone trailer ya My Life in Crime by John Kiriamiti, muone Thika, ile bank robbing ya Thika ilikuwa ni child's play. Cheki maneno.